morning and welcome to York Railway Station, and hopefully today I will be reviewing the TransPennine Express Nova 1 set in first class, continuing on from the Nova 2 set back in July, which I reviewed, so make sure to watch that video if you haven't already. And I say hopefully, and that's because it has already been delayed and cancelled between Newcastle and York, and it's uncertain on whether it's actually going to turn up. So typical TransPennine Express. So I'm going to get inside York Railway Station, have a look around, and hopefully the train turns up sometime within the next 20 minutes. So after admiring the impressive exterior of York Railway Station, I headed inside past the preserved North Eastern Railway semaphore signal and into the main concourse under the magnificent station roof. The impressively large curved train shed was built between 1871 and 1877 by the North Eastern Railway before being repaired in 1947 after heavy damage from bombing raids during the Second World War, and is now a true wonder of the British railway network. So a quick update now that I'm inside York Station. The LNER Azuma behind me is just pulling in, and that is running about an hour late, so it's total chaos here at York. But hopefully our TransPennine Express service is running empty down from Durham and should be arriving in about 20 minutes time. So just fingers crossed that it actually arrives and we can make our way onwards to Liverpool. Soon after that quick update, my train suddenly appeared on the departure screen, so after watching a couple of freight trains pass through, I went over to platform 9 just as our TPE Class 802 was arriving. Built between 2017 and 2019, TransPennine have 19 of these so-called Nova 1 sets, each made up of 4 standard class carriages and 1 first class carriage. So let's hop on board. Seating is of course laid out in a 2+1 configuration with solo seats as well as bays of 4. But before we take a look around the seats, now's a good time to take a glance at today's route. After departure from York, we briefly head down the East Coast Main Line before branching off on the line towards our first stop of Leeds. After passing through the city itself, we take a rather unusual and extended route to Huddersfield due to engineering works via Castleford and Wakefield Kirkgate before rejoining the original route just before Mirfield. After departure from Huddersfield, birthplace of former Prime Minister Harold Wilson, we make our way under the South Pennines through the famous Stanage tunnels before arrival into Manchester, Victoria. From here we continue along the route of the former Liverpool and Manchester Railway before arrival into Lime Street Station in the early afternoon. Total travel time to cover the 139 miles is scheduled to be 2 hours and 12 minutes, giving us an average speed of 63 miles per hour. So with departure from York, let's have a look around at the all-important seat. I actually found the seat with TransPennine Express to be quite comfortable, featuring a very soft adjustable headrest in their branding, a fold-down armrest at each seat, a very good amount of recline controlled by the button on the left, both USB and 3-pin standard plug sockets, a window blind, and of course the all-important coat hook.
It's through to Liverpool Line Street. Our next stop will be Leeds.
And after about 20 minutes on board, the first round of drinks and snacks was served, with tea, shortbread and chocolate cake, as well as croissants and snack boxes on offer, which were all very tasty, if a little small for a late morning offering compared to some other train operating companies. And just as quickly as we had left York, we were soon making our way through the centre of Leeds, passing famous landmarks such as the beautiful 1904 Hall of Kirkgate Market and the amazing domed roof of the Corn Exchange, seen peeking out from behind the other buildings.
We did that. Yeah. So we got with it. Yeah, you see that.
Upon departure from Leeds, we took the alternative route described earlier due to said engineering works, passing through the refurbished Wakefield Kirkgate station before making our way further towards the Pennines, meaning it was time to sit back and relax whilst enjoying some scenic autumnal views. And after some beautiful views over the southern Pennines, as well as another round of drinks and snacks, we'd made it to Manchester, Victoria, with just 40 minutes left of our journey to go.
The next stop for this service will be Lee Green.
Good afternoon and welcome to those of you who just joined us.
This is Lee Green.
Visit tdexpress.co.uk to find out how to claim or pick up a form.
Before you leave the train, please double check.
And after navigating through the deep rock cutting between Edge Hill and Lime Street, we were approaching the beautiful arched roof, a fitting end to a journey which had started with the magnificent roof at York. So with our journey and the track at an end, it was time to disembark the train and summarise the first class experience outside. So with Lime Street Station towering behind me, it's time to summarise TransPennine Express's Nova 1 in first class and start with the comfort, which I would actually give an 8 out of 10. The seats were really comfortable, the headrests were really soft, and to be honest, I felt comfortable for the whole 2-hour journey from York to Liverpool, and it was really quiet, so that's an extra bonus. Now moving on to catering, which I think is the only letdown of the train itself. Unfortunately, there is only one catering host on the whole train, so despite him being really friendly and getting 2 rounds of drinks and snacks, unfortunately it just wasn't as much compared to LNER, say, or even the Nova 2 TransPennine Express sets. So maybe if they're going to introduce another catering host, that score will improve, but for now that's what I've given it. And that brings us on finally to value for money, which I give a 7 out of 10. I paid £16.90 for the upgrade, which I think was partly made up with the minimal catering we got, plus the comfort was definitely worth it. So that concludes today's vlog. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please subscribe, and I will hopefully see you next time.